Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome to the Super Chat Square Up for Friday Night Tights, and it was a humdinger last Friday. We had an argument for over an hour and 9 minutes, and it trickled throughout the rest of the episode. Didn't make everybody happy, and it made a lot of other people happy. And I heard you all, and I will promise you that we will not make a habit of that. I get asked a lot why I let it go on so long. I go by my gut when it comes to live streaming, and I felt like these guys needed to really work it out. Then it started going in circles for a little while, and then of course I got involved. I'm a fallible human being. What can I say? What can I say? But we're all friends, of course, afterwards. Jeremy and Az did a live stream last night. So listen, you can certainly disagree with Jeremy or Az, and I think this is a good discussion to have, to be honest with you, about the hashtag The Fandom Menace. And I think it proves one thing beyond the shadow of a doubt. It's not an echo chamber. It's not an echo chamber. So there was a lot of super chats early on because of the chaos that were not seen at all because of YouTube's glitch, which I have been trying to get through to them, and I can't get through to them. I'm not H3, so I can't get changes made. I don't have Susan's digits. But at least I can go back and find them. So let's start right away. And that question that gets brought up by the fandom about the Fandom Menace is why are we here? What's this thing about? Well, it's not about one thing. I think overall, we are upset about what happened to Luke Skywalker. We want better Star Wars, and we want better treatment of the fans, because we are in a new era, whether the actors and creatives like it or not. If they want to participate in social media and they want to get all the notoriety from these companies they work for, well, they're wearing that company uniform, and whether Disney likes it or not, whether Dave Filoni likes it or not, whether Kathleen Kennedy likes it or not, you're representing that company all the time. You want to speak freely? Don't work for a giant corporation. We're now seeing cancel culture rise again. Not that it ever really went away. And people are using that to silence people. They are intimidating and bullying and harassing people on Twitter. Yes, harassing, to get people fired, to ruin people's lives. So the best course of action these days is either stay off Twitter altogether or don't work for a giant corporation. Not everybody's got that. Not everybody has that luxury. I realize that. And listen, we're not safe either. We have siblings, we have partners, we have wives, we have husbands out there that work for corporations that people like to use to silence us about a gosh damn movie or a TV show. That's how petty this culture has become. Is it disappointing? Yes. Is it surprising? No. So let's get to it. Lord Thoth, sorry, Az, I agree with Jeremy. And Lord Thoth has every right to do that for 2 Canadian pesos. Jason Gallagher for 2 Chilean pesos. Jeremy wins because he ain't got a paywall. I don't think Az has a paywall. We all have paywalls like Patreon, and Jeremy's got his website, memberships for $10 on geeksandgamers.com, which he launched last week, which is a great website. Go check it out. And I think Az has a Patreon as well. So, but you can get us, like most of our work is done right here on YouTube, and you can enjoy it for free. And we're just glad you're here. We are. And thank you everyone who super chats. I can't tell you, towards the end of the super chat square up, I'll tell you how much you have actually helped our family, because, like a lot of people across the country during these times, we live in San Francisco, California, And I just drove around the city this morning, and we're still largely closed down. And I just visited San Diego, which is pretty much opened up, and it's adversely affected this family quite a bit. My wife had a business that was doing gangbusters prior to the beer bug. It's been shut down. It was fine for a couple of months, but it's going to be another month before she can open, and it's going to be months before she can open fully. And now it's looking like it's probably not even worth it. And I don't know if we can sell the salon right now. It doesn't look like it. It could be a total loss. And mind you, she was booked out months ahead. She had a huge clientele. And there's no reason to keep San Francisco shut down this way. Our numbers haven't been that bad. And it looks like California might try to shut down again. And at this point, I don't think we can. I think that's a conversation for smarter people, but we'll have to see. We'll take it day by day. We're not really willing to call it on the salon just yet, but it's a real possibility right now. And Mrs. Nerdrotic's taking it as well as she can. Butter Biscuit. Chant, fight. LOL, I got my unemployment, so I can super chat now. Well, thank you, Butter Biscuit. And I'm glad you got your unemployment. And I hope all y'all who've lost jobs were able to get it. Because in this case, you most certainly deserve it. And it's a damn shame you only get 2/3, and you got to blame the people who took advantage of the system. And it really sucks because it's supposed to be there for people who really need it. Canceled Venom for 2 Canadian pesos. Just make out already, Jeremy and Az. That is the super chat I would have put up. So thanks for tapping into my mind. The pessimism really got me. Happy to see you all, says Stargate 404 for $2. And he's talking about the pessimism of Dave Filoni. So this argument was about some statements Dave Filoni made. He created a straw man to try to insinuate that a large portion of the fandom, the Star Wars fandom, had a problem with the female lead initially with The Force Awakens, which is just an outright lie. It's just an outright lie. I was around. I was on the internet. I didn't see, sure, there was a few people against it, but the large portion of the fandom was just excited. Everybody was excited. Kathleen Kennedy was handpicked by George Lucas. We were excited about that. People liked the Clone Wars. People liked J.J. Abrams. Nobody knew identity politics was going to be put in. So it was all positive. Dave Filoni needs to shut the frack up if he wants us to watch his waifu series. I don't know what that. And I have watched Clone Wars. Get along, boys. Adam Wolford for $5. Yes, most definitely. Chris Patterson for $10. Given its implied plot premise of time inversion, I heard that Nolan was planning on having Tenet shown on broadcast television first, then released on Blu-ray, and then finally shown in theaters. Yes, I get what you're saying right there. I get it. Hempty for €2. Hail Gary, Az and the Heretic, and the rest stay sane. We are trying. Would love to see the rabbi from another planet on FNT, says Problem Being. Someday. You know, there's a big time difference between here and Israel, though. Thank you for the 2 British pounds, Butter Biscuit. Thank you for the super sticker, which is, I think it's a fist bump. Oh, and it's a mic drop. All right, now those are the early ones we missed. I'm going to pause, which you will not notice, and get to some other ones. I don't think it matters how popular Filoni's work is. Captain Plank made $1 billion. People still can't stand her, so they're not going to throw any money her way. It's their prerogative, says Miranda Sinistra for $10. Thank you. And I agree with that statement. And Butterbiscuit92 says the mic drop was for Az. Crow Foo for $2. What the hell did I walk into? Well, a hot mess. T. Louis 2 is an account for $10. Good evening, peasants. 'Tis I, Royal Highness T. Louis 2, bring amongst you. I bring amongst you my loyal subjects, The Last of Us 2, bathe in its glory and be reborn. Hashtag Abby Smash. Hashtag proper thoughts. Mommy, Daddy, why are the streamers fighting, says Canceled Venom for £2. Well, because they're passionate fans. Attacking the person isn't the same as attacking his show. Jeremy, WTF, if anyone is using SJW tactics, it's you. And John Ellis Bush for £4.99 was referring to Jeremy, saying that Az and others who think that if our feelings are hurt from bad customer service, it's an SJW tactic, and I disagree with that. Butter Biscuit 92 for $5. What is the point of this? Each person is allowed to feel how they feel. You can't call Az an SJW if he's not trying to cancel him. Case closed. Exactly. Butter Biscuit for $5. Give Odin a cigar and he looks like Jeff Bridges in Iron Man. I love it. I give it a 10 out of 10, man. And I think that is Sean Connery versus Applesauce for 50 Danish krona, talking about Perry Chan's introduction to Friday Night Tights, which we showed, or maybe we didn't show. Did we show it that early? I'm not sure, but you will see it at the beginning of this as well. Thank you to the great Perry Chan. Follow him on Twitter. Link will be in the description. Odin from NG1T for $2. Super Anime Gamer 01 for $5. Today Sucked, Denny O'Neil, Wendig, Wrecked, Internet Archive, Marvel's Variants, Death of the Oscars. So happy to have Friday Night Tights, and we are happy to have you. Nicholas Horton says for £2, hail all, Resistance was the worst. It absolutely was. Bear Business 1 for $5. Tonight, I think Odin is off to a metal concert instead of going to bed early. Well, maybe. My arms wide open. It's not really metal, though, is it? He didn't say it privately. He said it publicly. For the EU fans, he has always been a douchebag. F. Filoni. EVS was right about him being a soy cowboy. Swinging cod for $5. I've been kind of indifferent towards the guy, but I wouldn't entirely disagree with that. Bama Grad for $12. Anyone remember The Scorpion and the Frog, an animal fable, which teaches vicious people cannot resist hurting others even when it is not in their interests? Analogous to Hollywood's cancel culture. Yes, Hollywood signs off on cancel culture, and they're the ones who get victimized about it the most. But they're the reason it exists. None of them back up each other at all. They bail each other at the drop of a hat. Just look what happened to Robert Meyer Burnett. Who would even want to work there anymore? And that's Hollywood has done so much damage to itself over the last 3 months, and they are going to lose talent over this. They have been losing talent over this because people are just going to go to other avenues right now. There is a finite number of talented people out there, and they will go to whatever pays them the best right now for their talent. And I don't know if Hollywood is that place anymore. It's too difficult to get into, and there are easier ways now to get your stuff out there without going through the multiple gates you have to. Modalicious asks for $2. Should I have an erection right now? Jeremy has the time to have a knockdown, drag-out argument with a bald and bearded Brit, but he doesn't have time for the High Council. Shellback TJC for $5. That is good. Rossetti 4444 for $2 just donates, and I appreciate that. The Fezman 93 for 10 British pounds. What happened to the days when you could say you didn't like something and not get attacked for it? I really hope games won't go the same way as TV and film. I hope not either. And comics. Don't forget comics in that argument. Rossetti 44444 again donates $2. Route 69. The Twitter mob is trying to cancel Jeremy. Yeah, they kind of have. There has been something going on. I don't want to call it a Twitter mob. I don't know what's going on Twitter. And thank you for the Australian $2. Here's the deal. I'm generally off Twitter now. What happened to Starry Eyed Girl and then Robert Meyer Burnett, and I will say somebody went after me too, and I'm done. I don't play this shit anymore, and I'll be real. I got involved in this argument too, and I will say that, hey, I'm a human being. I'm flawed. I have a temper as well, and sometimes my temper gets the better of me. But it's also helped me survive. And, but I try to keep a calm and cool head. Keeping in mind, I haven't physically been to an AA meeting in 3 months now. That's the longest. It's very bad. And it's to the point where I might have to fly to San Diego to go to an AA meeting because they're going to be opening up soon. Or I think they're opening up now. Gerald for $20. Aren't all these problematic cop shows, movies that are being canceled made by Hollywood? And isn't Hollywood studios, actors, directors, writers, etc. overwhelmingly liberal? So who effed up, us or them? It's don't they make it sound like that we have been the ones not casting black people in shows or not being more inclusive and diverse? They really try to make it sound like it was the audience when it was them. We just react to what is given on the screen. And when we see through their bullshit and we call it, we get attacked because they don't have an argument. And now, quite frankly, it gets dangerous. And this is what I've been talking about. All these false assumptions, false attacks. I've had videos made about me calling me alt-right. So, say somebody who is unhinged sees that video. And say I'm at Comic-Con with my son, and somebody decides to take a swing at me and when I'm with my son. You know, this isn't something other content creators think about when they make these false accusations. I don't make accusations about other content creators. I will make comments about what they have done in public, but I won't outright call somebody an ist or a phobe, even if they make a statement that I think so, because I can't prove it. And I'm not going to base somebody's entire life on what they said for a moment on YouTube. But there has certainly been a lot of other YouTubers making a lot of judgments, a lot of false judgments, false assumptions towards Jeremy in particular, towards listen, I don't get it that much, to be honest with you. I really don't. Towards Doomcock, towards a lot of my friends, towards just some guy. Mark Wade called just some guy an ist. That's how crazy things have become. Jeremy from the Quartering got attacked in public. Why? Because of his opinions. And because of a lot of false assumptions made by the Access Media, which is signed off on by the establishment corporations, which is signed off on by the creatives who have used those statements, calling us ists and phobes. And now in these hyper divisive times that Hollywood and the BBC and the comic book industry and the gaming industry has played into, and they played into it for clicks, they've made things dangerous for individuals. And I'm not being hyperbolic. Now when I go to, not generally out in public, because I am not recognized in real life ever. But once in a while, I'm recognized like at a convention. So when it's nerds at a Star Trek convention or Comic-Con, and you got to think about that shit now. And that's why, I'm very careful where, if I take my son to a con, I'm with a group of people that I trust, because I'm worried about my son. Dave Chappelle versus Larry Elder? I don't know. I saw Dave Chappelle's 846. I agree with some of it. I don't agree with all of it. That's his perspective, though. As far as the quote-unquote streets talking, I think some of it, yes. Some of it, no. I think there's a lot more nuance there that Dave didn't want to go over because he agrees with it politically. But I still respect the hell out of Dave Chappelle. I do. And Bill Burr and a bunch of people out there. E. Hesking for $5. Heal, Jeremy. He'll love you as. Wish you had your clown makeup on. Also, on another topic, what's your view on Hook 1991? I thought it was terrible. I thought it was a terrible movie. Nick Crescent for $9.99. Have you brought up EA banning people for ist stuff? I got lumped in for my team name, not an ist at all. Offensive? Maybe, but that's subjective. Team name, registered sex offenders. On an Uber corporate EA site, that might be a little too salty. I don't have a problem with it, but I can see how they would. Yeah. But that's the way establishment corporations are now. Mugzikins for 5 Canadian pesos. The PS5 looks great, but I still won't buy it because of how Sony treated the customers with the false DMCAs and lying to us. Hit that like button. Thank you very much. And please do hit that like button. Route 69 for $2 Australian. Buy a gun if you don't have one. Just some guy. I think just some guy packs some heat. I think he does. I think he mentioned that. Inquisitor B312 for $5. I don't like guns, but just bought my first handgun for self-defense. I hope I never have to use it. But a lot of people are buying like an 8-hour wait at the store, and then on top of that, the 10-day wait here in California. Anthony Vogel for 50 Danish krona. Justin Thoreau in the cringy black and white anti-racism vid on social media making the rounds wrote Tropic Thunder. Uh-oh, LOL. Did he? I didn't know that. Brown Gaijin for $5. To all the folks saying stores have insurance, I have to ask, does the phrase, my insurance premium skyrocketed mean anything to you? Yeah, there's a bunch of ignorant people out there who don't understand how insurance works. Well, insurance does not have an unlimited amount of funds. When they run out, they don't pay people, and they will not be paying for acts of God and for acts of insurrection. That is not covered in insurance, but I'm sure there will be an insurance for it now, and it will be like earthquake insurance, very expensive. Mark C for $5. I'm a 47-year-old grown man who loves cartoons. I find Gary's comments insulting, and I am completely triggered. I said I don't really enjoy cartoons anymore. There's very few animated shows that I can still watch, and it's just, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's not a judgment on them. It's just, I still love Venture Brothers. I can still watch Batman, the animated series, but I end up, I need a little more sophisticated writing now. And I don't see Clone Wars as really sophisticated. I see it as a better brand of Star Wars than what Disney has produced, but it's still a little boring to me. Because I don't know, I'm just so turned off on Star Wars, I just don't care anymore. But if you like it, that's awesome. It's obviously the better version of it. Elements by Willingham. Gary, I'm a bit older. Rossetti, 44444 for $2. Elementals. The Elementals by Willingham. Oh, yeah, no, Elementals. I know what you're talking about. Why did I say Elements? Finbar Hooley for $2. Az and Gary have decorum and human decency. We try. Taker, 610 for $5. Az, there is more public outrage in the UK over the man killed in the US than there was over all the terrorist attacks in London. Yeah, I did notice that. I most definitely noticed that. Great Doctor Who intro, Gary, says Nicholas Horton for £2. And of course, he's talking about Perry Chan. Great. Yeah, that is great. That again will be linked in the description and it will be in front of this. Nava Nama for $10. Third time's a charm. Just want to say, Gary, it's awesome and has helped me a lot with laughter instead of drink. Hail yourselves. Hail you. Hail you. Nava Nama. And one day at a time. So it's Odin versus comics next week, right? On Friday Night Showdown, says John Ellis Bush for £4.99. Yes, it is. Wow. I go back to the start of the live stream and I barely dodge the thrown glass bottle. Love you guys, says Colton Banch for $5. And we love you too. Jamie Folds for $5. Hail, Lord Gary. Can you ask Seth MacFarlane to make Lord Doomcock a galactic emperor on the Orville? He is an already made character, costume, and all. Awesome. Yeah. Wasn't there supposed to be something for Doomcock in The Expanse? I thought there was supposed to be something. I wonder if I missed it. John Ellis Bush for £1.99. By far best TV show ever made. That must be, well, I think old Doctor Who was the best TV show ever made. C tab 76 for $1.99. Hail to the panel and hail to the new intro. Yes, we love it. John Ellis Bush for $1.99 until they ruined it. Ah, yes. R.I.P. Doctor Who. John Ellis Bush was talking about Doctor Who. Kristen Ritwig was good in The Martian. Small role, says Black Tiger 001 for £2 Canadian pesos. And yeah, she was, but I think she's kind of a one-trick pony. And I'm not too sure she'll be that great in Wonder Woman, but we'll see. Sam Samurai has 2 super chats for $2. CG needs to make peace with the quartering. I thought they did. GGCG Fandom Menace form Voltron. Yes. Well, Gamergate, I don't understand Gamergate. I really don't. It had some people I liked in it and had some people I definitely just wouldn't enjoy their content. CG has had its dramas. It's had its dramas for sure. But I had Zach on the channel. I had Ethan on the channel. I'd have them back. Players can now adjust volume. Lou to new mechanic. Yes, canceled Venom for $2. We can. Some Nobody for $2. Wow, meth hasn't been kind to Keisha, hasn't it? Oh, was she on the meth? Yeah, she did look a little frazzled there. Jesse Holly for $2. Gary, please go play Responsibility by MXPX. We did play it. And Muffet1 for $20 says, I Take Responsibility features an appearance from white celebrities like Sarah Paulson, Aaron Paul, Keisha, Kristen Bell, Justin Theroux, Deborah Messing, Bryce Dallas Howard, Julianne Moore, and Stanley Tucci. Scott Rainford for £2. Rebecca Root to play the Doctor's first trans companion. I wouldn't be surprised if that's coming. I do have some news on that. That will be my next Doctor Who video. They all look like hostages reading a statement. They most certainly did. BandAids solved skin color when they made it clear. Yes, that's true. With the different shades of BandAids. Ridiculous. Russell Hall for $2. Hashtag believe black people until Biden sniffs them. Ooh. John Doe for $2. 1v1, me in the wilderness, scrub celebrifraud. 1 versus 1, me in the wilderness, scrub celebrifraud. That's a good name for him, though. Muffet1 for $5. Tell that to Rhett police officer killed by a black man. Okay, they're referring to the video now. I don't know what the RET, though, is. DD Thomas for $20. I feel so safe now that all these white celebs are speaking out about things that don't happen. P.S. Love you guys. Love you too, DD. Thank you very much for the $20. Louis the Plank for $5. I stand against hate in my mansion reading cue cards in somber black and white with somber black and white filter. Yes, it's so fucking vapid. The Legion of Reason for 5 Canadian pesos. Taking responsibility for someone else's actions itself is an immoral act. Yep. Crazy Cat Guy, thank you for the ice cream for $1.49. Hunter Malloy for $20. Well, I do not agree with the guys with you guys' political views, but I do agree with your views on how our current pop culture is being diluted with bad writing, and we can agree on that. Crazy Cat Guy for $5. Even non-nerd wife up in Kazakhstan tuned in for the nerd fight. Odin says that looked like she says that looked like good pizza. Kazakhstan. Oh, Kazakhstan, Canada. I gotcha. Jeff Pfeiffer for $5. I keep hearing that Filoni, Favreau, and Lucas are working behind KK's back, trying to fix Star Wars. What's up with that? I've heard that. I don't prescribe to that. I think, is there a possibility they don't like Kathleen Kennedy because she's just unlikable? Yes, but they have to work with her, work within her parameters. I think they're all trying to make the best Star Wars possible with their identity politics, which is impossible. Butterbiscuit 92 for $2. Your boy Zach at EVS called those haircuts first. Yes, they did. The SJW haircuts a long time ago. Yeah. A long, long time ago. Private Halo 117 for $1.99. Show me eat a Snickers. You're getting any. Oh, okay. So if we ate a Snickers bar, we'd all calm down from the argument. I gotcha. Mike L for $2. Nerdrotic still waiting for Az's clown only fans. Me too. Me too. Hashtag me too. Some nobody for $2. Jeremy, go read your email. I explained it to you. I don't know if he's going to read the email, but I think you sent it to me and I'll check it out. Dr. I can't say this. Dr. Yeah, I can't say, I'm sorry I can't say this name. But R.I.P. Denny O'Neill, 5/3/1939 to 6/11/20. Rest in peace, Denny O'Neill. And we're going to say doctor. Karanax for 5 Canadian pesos. If this body is not capable of action, I suggest new leadership is needed. I move for a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Jeremy's leadership. Kidding. Kidding. Nick Crescent for $1.99. Another super chat just to laugh at Jeremy. Project 17. Boys, move on, please. They eventually will. To me, it sounds like Jeremy is just being strict about separating the art from the artist, even covering customer service as the artist's part. And that's a good way to look at it. ID Fox 11 for $2. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. David Kenny for $1.99. Where's Mahler's elevator music? We do need it. We do need it. Mark Twain, never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. Lost Hope for $5. That's a good quote. Love for Odin from Totally Me for $1.99. And we love Odin. Roger Hines for $6.69. Is it just me or are you guys exhibiting unconscious bias against Jeremy? No, I have no bias against Jeremy. I just think he was wrong. Ironcaster 5. No rule is simple. If they block me, my wallet is closed. Al Ewing, Dan Slott, and Heather Antost are all on a list of do not buy. Same here. And that is due to their treatment of the fans, not me in particular. ID Fox 11 for $5. CNN. Why Watchmen is getting a second look for its approach to race. Watchmen really sums up what's going on, and it really dives into the divisiveness. And mind you, Watchmen is written by a little white guy. Ruth Bader Jeremy. Jeremy is angry for more tater tots. He wants more tater tots. Exactly. Totally Me for $1.99. Correction. Love for Odin, love for you all, and love for you too. Kaz Devlin for $5. So according to Jeremy, he will be buying The Last of Us 2 if it's a good product. Good point. D.D. Thomas for $5. I like Jeremy, but he's tooted his horn so much tonight to rival Beethoven's Fifth. Judo Cricket for $5. Jeremy is, I can't say this. Jeremy, he calls Jeremy an asshat. Still subscribed because different opinions make us stronger. They do. And I do not think Jeremy is an asshat. He wears a hat, though. Fluffy Panda for $5. If sequel trilogy doesn't attack fan base, you get a prequel reaction. People would still love Star Wars. But remember, Game of Thrones, Trek, Who, we haven't had enough. Yeah. E. Hesking for $5. Daddy Az and Jeremy are fighting. Love about a South Park argument. There are only 72 episodes of Star Trek, not 73. LOL. This chat has been epic. Hey, Az, a certain clown is very upset that he something about will float down here. Said something about it. You will float down here. They all float down here. They all float down here. Adam Wolford for $5. Retracted message by Ben Bavuls for $10. I'm sorry about that. Purple Brain. Most people are good people. Yep, I agree with that. $2, $2, Modalicious. Logically, Antifa are Harlan Williams and 7-minute abs. Okay, that's random. Modalicious is funny. Jeremy can separate art from the artist better than others that take their ball and go home after their fifis get hurt. I know you're feeling strongly about this, but you don't make Jeremy say it again, says Nola Nerd for $10. I think there's a point where, now I think you're absolutely wrong on that one. And it depends on the situation. We're not talking about an artist disagreeing with us on politics or anything. We're talking about a specific attack on fans. So if you are using the logic of, I'm just going to separate the art from the artist, I don't care what they say about anything, that's not what the Fandom Menace is about. It's just not. And it hasn't been. Because then you should not care what they say in the movie and just walk away from the movie. If this is about, so you're okay with an artist attacking a fandom, but you're not okay with the identity politics? That's not a consistent argument. It's just not. Then are your fifis heard about the identity politics in it? And it's just bad? You're still getting your fifis hurt. I mean, is this if it's all about macho bravado and you're just getting your fifis hurt? Yeah, the fans did get their feelings hurt. And by the way, that is you know what? You're fucking manly when you can admit your flaws, when you can admit that your feelings are hurt, that something you supported for years and years and years betrayed you. What they did to Luke hurt your fifis. And if it's just about fifis, then that shouldn't bother you either. It's just a shitty movie. I'm going to walk away. Am I the only one that thinks all life matters? John Doe, no, for £2. Congrats to Az and Jeremy, says Brown Gaijin. And he gives them some milk and some teddy bears. Crazy Cat Guy. Az and Jeremy's love child will be a tiny version of Az, beard and all. The babe's first words, Az voice. Ladies. Yeah. So the argument of we're just looking for a good product and we don't care what people say is just flat out not true. We do care what people say. There's been a lot of videos. I mean, if that's the argument, then Brie Larson saying she doesn't care what a white guy thinks about, I forgot what the movie is, shouldn't bother you. And if the argument is, well, the other side should be able to say that, well, we know they aren't. We know they can't, because life is unfair. And because that's the system Hollywood set up. I think if you're going to demonize Christians, you should demonize all religions in art, but you can't. Who is better at their role, Chris Evans as Captain America or Henry Cavill as Superman? Chris Evans. Because he's been given better scripts. But I think Henry Cavill looks more like Superman than Chris Evans looks like Captain America. And that's a fact. Captain America's blonde. Regarding The Last of Us 2 Part 2, the user ratings for the game might be abnormally high due to the gamers that would otherwise give it a fair shake might not even go buy it. TrekGod79 for $20. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, that was said about Terminator 2 Derp Fate. It had a high audience score because the people who would hate the movie just didn't go see it. So I think there is some logic behind that. Judo Cricket for $5. Gary, you need to get the quartering on Friday Night Tights. That would be awesome. I should ask him to come on. I was a teenage anarchist by Against Me. Pretty relevant song for this day and age. Insert name here for $5. Yeah, it is. Nathan Robinson for $2. Congrats to Just Some Guy for 100K. Sorry, I'm broke. LOL. And yes, congrats to Just Some Guy for hitting 100,000 subscribers. He is a great channel and absolutely deserves it. Congrats, Jeremy, says John Ellis Bush, and that's on the premiere of his website. Premium work on G&G. Quit subscribe star. Yeah, I think he's going to, the John Beck for $2, but I'm not sure when. Please tell me the LGBTQPGA is a quick time event. It might be. Battle Hymn 63 for $2, maybe. All is right again. Hail the echo chamber, says the Motley 1969 for $50. Project 17 for £2. Jezelize, the baby is Ghazis. It's Ghazis. Squill Wolfheart for $20. Somehow I got unsubscribed from Just Some Guy, but YouTube has subbed me to Consummate Variety Hour 4 times now. There is no way I got drunk enough to sub to Consummate 4 times. LOL. No, there isn't. And that's happened to me too. Just Some Guy lived in Illinois for 40 years. LOL. Just LOL. Nathan Robinson. Well, he probably liked it there. He's born there. Mark C. Hey, Boomer, you mentioned an SJW live stream and provided a name once. You never mentioned it again, and no link. It's like being told how great the sex is and never even getting foreplay. Well, Mark C, for $10, if you listen to my statement, I said I would give you the link at the end of the live stream. At the end of the live stream, which I did provide a link at the end of the live stream. Boomer. Insert name here for $2. The moral majority is neither true then true. The moral majority is neither true then, true now. Absolutely. Hang on, my phone is friggin' talking to me. Super Lucator for $5. So glad to see Just Some Guy on here. Love that guy. Yeah, he's great. He is great. Scott Ruggles for $5. Just Some Guy really does need to be a professional story editor. Movies, comics, animation, anything. He does. And you know what? Comicsgate guys, you got a guy who I think he's done some story editing too. I think he did some for your boy Zach, as a matter of fact. And I would highly recommend him. You guys need to invite It's a Gundam. He's a hoot. He's a fucking great channel. I have just recently discovered him, and he is brilliant. Mr. Media Theory, thank you for the $1.99. Jen for $5. Shout out to Umbrella Guys comic that has a few days left on Indiegogo. Yes, please go check out Umbrella Guys comic on Indiegogo. Chris C for $5. What comes out first, Gary's Picard video or the next Game of Thrones book? My video. I'm going to work on it this week. Miranda Sinistra. I'm with Just Some Guy. To hell with BLM. That's right. The organization. Bamagrad for $10. Some perspective for Jeremy. In life, as with true customer service, we may not remember exactly what someone said or did. We will always remember how they made us feel. Yep. And feelings do count. We're talking about art. We're not talking about a widget or a product. I don't like the word consumers. I never called my comic books product. I never called my toys merchandise or merch because I felt more about it. Josh Sconson for $2. Use the heat to cook the effing sausages as quote. That's right. Autocorrect screwed me last time. I meant $2 with the conversion rate for as. I'm going to start this with the beginning to see if you guys did it tonight. If not, can't wait to hear it. Big love. Faze Aguido for $10. Okay, so you autocorrect screwed you last time. I meant $10 with a conversation rate for as. Oh, I gotcha. I'm going to start this from the beginning to see if you guys did it tonight. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, you mean, was that from the last Friday Night Tights? You wanted us to do the South Park Game of Thrones theme. I'll try to remember that for next week. After what we said at the beginning of the stream, will Jeremy care about customer service for his site? for $5 says Finbar Hooley. Yeah. Yeah, listen, it's not just about a good product. It isn't for me. And yeah. And trying to, call out like, oh, is your fifis hurt? Well, yeah, it is about feelings. Yeah, it is. Is it all about feelings? No, but it's just basic human respect. Again, nobody needs their ass kissed, but if you're going to use that argument, you better think about it. You better think about what you've said in the past, what has been said in the past, in the very recent past. And I think what people look for here on YouTube is a consistent argument. Does that mean people don't make mistakes? Of course they make mistakes. And of course they change their mind. Yeah. Did you all see the apparently HBO Max is bringing in Looney Tunes and they're getting rid of Elmer Fudd's guns? Yes, we did discuss that. It's stupid. Yosemite Sam's guns are gone too. And it's just bending the knee to PC culture. At least they're not taking them out of the old cartoons, and the new cartoons will suck and nobody will watch them. Just subscribe to Geeks and Gamers website. Who gets to sleep with, who do I got to sleep with to get a blue check mark for $5? Well, Jeremy, obviously. DC is too big to crowdfund. Imagine having your monthly comic subscription through Amazon. When they print to order, Amazon pays a license fee and the talent then collects the rest. Print to order will never work, Mark. It's too cumbersome. Okay, so you have to go to a print shop where they will have to be stocked on paper. They will have to be stocked on ink, and you will print to order. And who will bind this comic? So you'll have to have printing and binding. That is something that has to be done. You have to have, it has to be done in mass quantities to make sense. It'll take too long. You'll have to sit there. What if you get 20 comics? You're going to sit there and wait for 20 comics to be printed out and binded. And yeah, I don't think any business, I don't know how that could be profitable in any way, shape or form. Now I used to do bindery, by the way. It's not, there's labor involved there. Now, there's probably machines that can do it a lot easier, but those machines are incredibly expensive. Those on the left remind me of the Borg. They do, Brad Stevens, for $2. Yeah. So, I just think you still need to have printers. You still need to have distributors. The problem is, as the market shrinks, it's just going to have to go through Indiegogo and stuff like that. There'll still be stores, but hey, 5 stores have closed in the last week on top of the 12 that closed the month before that, on top of the other 12 that closed the month before that. We're getting in some big numbers here. And I already told the story in one of my live streams where I was in San Diego County and I went to 4 stores, and they haven't announced this publicly. 3 of them were closed permanently. And those were not part of the 5 stores that closed permanently publicly last week on Bleeding Cool. Gotta say, the heated debate at the start of the stream was funny as hell. You guys made my work day go a little faster and easier. Dan Fuentes for $5. That's awesome to hear. 2020 will go down in history as the year reality reasserted itself in a way that can best be described as surprise sex, says Ray Storman for $5. Awesome. Brilliant. BLM donations are going to white Democrats. Yes, they are. Tall, dark, and gruesome for £2. Mongo's big thanks for $5. No joke. It's pretty damn cool that you made the Geeks and Gamers website. I don't know if I'll use it, but I made an account anyway. Big thanks. Culture Casino for $2. Black Panther looks like the guy from Captain Phillips. He does. He was very skinny. That's right. Mongo's big thanks for $2. Again, Jeremy, you're a pretty cool dude. And he is a cool dude. Jeremy just signed up. Looks like the site is good. Look forward to the future of it, says Jesse Tift for $5. Bryce Briley for $20 for just some guy. You totally need to create a Cyberpunk 2020 called comic called Tales from the Chaz. Your style would be perfect for it. It would. I would love to read that. The Ghost of a Flea for $5. Here's an article for you. Protesters claim police exposed them to COVID risk. It's a mad world. Oh, shit. Really? Oh, God. Muffet 1. Be careful about not drinking. The most addictive drink is water. You're right. You're right. God, that is loud. That is loud. Greetings from the Chaz. I went to the New Nation in Seattle today. It's a great place, LOL. Not. Guys, it's too damn crazy here on the West Coast. On July 17th, I will be happy resident of Dallas, Texas. Oh, you went there, Adam Child. Holy shit. God, I wish I could move that soon. Yeah, I'm the fuck out of here, by the way, folks. The reason I took a vacation and didn't post a video for 10 days was, and fell behind on everything, was we are looking to move. Glenn Lentz for $10. Sorry, I was late to the stream. My local theater has been showing great old movies. Just got back from watching Jurassic Park with my son after seeing The Goonies last weekend. Love you guys. Here's a 10. Thank you very much, Glenn Lentz, and good for you. Our theaters won't be open for months. The Real MVP for £2. What do you guys think of the Churchill statue shit? It's shit. It's shit. And they better put it back up. Read Deceased, almost good. Today's Harley Quinn has killed most stories for me. If she's in a book, she's the bestest ever, covered in plot armor, making the crisis look trivial for the heroes, weak and dumb. Yeah, I don't like modern Harley Quinn now. For Australian $10 Deceptions Forever. Genesis for $10. Hey guys, loving the stream. Just some guy. Thanks for doing a video on Common America. Reserved my copy immediately. Loved it when I read it. Keep up the good fight. Fandom menace for life. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. John Doe for $2. The song is Duck Sauce, Barbara Streisand. Ah, there you go, John Doe. Thank you for answering a question that I don't quite remember. Sorry. Private Halo 117 for $4.99. Want to video voice on YouTube so that may actually be a brothel in Chad Tumors of his sneakers are not argue no more. I have no idea what I just read. I'm sorry, Private Halo 117. Want to video voice on YouTube so that may actually be a brothel in Chad. Tumors of his sneakers are not argue no more. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Oh, Private Halo 117. Thank you for the $4.99. Please tell me what you said right there. Maybe that actually reads normally and I'm just losing it because I've done a lot of acid in my day. Adam Child for $1.99. Watch Tucker Carlson's video on YouTube about Chaz. I have. And Tucker has got a set of nads on him. He's going to lose everything. He's going to be right here creating content and doing his own podcast pretty soon. Adam Child for $1.99. Tucker has a Chaz vacation video. Sent it to you all. Thank you, Adam Child. I'll check it out. Planner Aspect for $5. I love how long this is going. I live near the Chaz. It's insane. The mayor ordered the police out and the city is supporting it. Porta potties, etc. Yeah, and that mayor will be voted out of Seattle. Trust me. What about the businesses that are there? I mean, yeah, folks, I live in a big city. I'm out of here. We got to pay attention who we vote in now. We really do. Lethal Lightning for $2 Australian. Dave Filoni has always been lore-breaking trash. And Lethal Lightning has said that from day one. From day one. And that is it for Friday Night Tights. Now we're going to scour through some Nerdrotic Nooner stuff and Inquisition stuff to make sure I got everything. And again, if you feel I missed one, there's a specific email address I want you guys to use just for Super Chats. It's nerdrotics@gmail.com. If you want to message me about anything else, go to gary@nerdrotic.com. From The Red Pill Journey for $10, talking about the insanity going on in our world from the Inquisition that I did with Doomcock last night. It can be found right here on Nerdrotic Live. I think our society of instant gratification is a main issue of why things are failing. No one wants to talk or think for themselves anymore. Go with the woke mob for traction, but no future planned. Well said, my friend. Well said. Now, these are going to be from a Nerdrotic nooner that I had to quit because I was just about to hit the road from San Diego. Let's check some of them out. My LCS is open for business. Dr. No's Comics and Games Superstore in Woodstock, Georgia, planning a trip to the store this weekend. That is most brilliant, and he probably planned it and went to it, and that's great. I'm going to guess that the TARDIS Chameleon Circuit will be repaired for good. Moons of Madness for $5. I'm guessing that as well. Jerry Maguire music playing. You had me at Oingo Boingo. Hell yeah, Horace Cock Johnson for $5. The theater that might play The Lord of the Rings is in Grass Valley. I'll keep you updated if they open about music. Do you like The Strokes? I kind of like The Strokes, but not much. Godfather Comics for $50. I'm not sure from where. Hey Gary, I am the owner of Godfather Comics. Oh, this is Argentina, and I did do this one, but what the hell. If you ever come to South America, come and say hi, and I'll make you an asado. Yes. Hell yes. All right, that wraps it up, folks. And again, if you feel like I missed one or I missed one, email me at nerdrotics@gmail.com. That's nerdrotic with an S at gmail.com. And that's specifically only for Super Chats. Anything else is Gary at nerdrotic.com. I have a Facebook group. You can go check it out. It's the Nerdrotic Podcast Facebook group. I have a Nerdrotic Facebook page, which is just Nerdrotic. I have an Instagram, which is instagram.com/Nerdrotic. Give me a follow right there. I am on Twitter to basically throw out notifications for videos. If you want to know what's going on with the channel, I'll still communicate there. And once in a while, I'll communicate with people. But right now, I'm kind of laying off it because of all the negativity due to basically what happened to Starry Eyed Girl and Robert Meyer Burnett. It is at Nerdrotics. There's a long story why it's not at Nerdrotic. Well, the long story is my old comic shop refuses to change it. So the Comic Outpost, the former Comic Outpost Twitter is Nerdrotic, and they won't let it go for some reason. Whatever. I've kind of gone over it at this point. You can also, this will be a podcast on Spotify. You can find me on Spotify, iTunes, and any iTunes mirror like Player FM. I have a website, nerdrotic.com, where I back everything up, and you can also listen to audio versions right there. I have a Patreon, Nerdrotic, or patreon.com/Nerdrotic, where there is 3 tiers basically, and you get some special stuff. I share a lot of my audio library there. I have an extensive audio library that I share stuff, and I will be doing some Song of Ice and Fire reviews, and hopefully get to this Blake 7 review. I finished season 1. I'm going to start season 2. And there is memberships on the Nerdrotic main page where they have 3 tiers, and you get a members only stream on the 2 higher tiers. And that's what I'm doing right after this, as a matter of fact. So I don't usually pump that stuff. It's always linked in the description here on Nerdrotic Live. I don't put exterior links on Nerdrotic and Paranoid. And so I'm very, very close to 250,000 subscribers. I'm very excited about that. So if you're one of those people out there who are watching this and haven't subscribed to the main page, please consider doing so. Please subscribe here, like and share the videos. It really does help, especially those of us who are not bending the knee to PC culture. We're going to have a hard time. We're going to have a very hard time over the next couple of months. And I hope you are safe. I hope you are well. And I hope you listen, you can disagree vehemently with Jeremy or or yours truly, but we still are friends. We still want to keep these conversations going. And I love to hear from you. I love to hear the other point of view. I do not wake up in the morning thinking I'm right about anything. My mind is open. I am always open to compromise. And even with Star Wars, Doctor Who, Star Trek, is there the possibility to give it a second chance? Always. Always. But that starts with them. They need to start respecting the fan, and then we can start mending fences. And God, I wish we could mend some fences. I really do. I really, really do. And if there's YouTubers out there who can't stand me, but you want to have a real conversation someday, reach out to me. I'll have a real conversation with you. No problem at all. So until next time, everybody, I again hope you are doing well. And not all who wander are lost, and may the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
Nerdrotic.com.